Contour is, well, you could do, it's two different ways. Contour is usually made to like have more of a shady technique to like help sculpt the face. So for that, you're gonna need a cooler tone. So something more like on the grayish side, you would put like here, like a brown grayish side, and then you do a bronzer over it to warm up the face. But a lot of times people are contouring with just bronzer, so it's making like an orange cast. It doesn't really look very natural. So that's like the only mistake that a lot of people do contouring. But contouring is really great, especially like on the forehead. I love the way it looks when you warm it up here, kind of like brings everything in, so it looks funny because it actually snatch back. Because with just foundation, your forehead can kind of look wide and like blanked out. You know what I mean? Especially when I got a big forehead. Okay. Let me take out all my stuff.
I'm so sorry. No, I have one question to like.
Hold on. Yeah, actually shades. It depends on like what is it you like to contour with. If you want to contour with cream or with powders. I like to use either or. It depends on the skin I'm working on. Sometimes if I'm working on greasier skin, I'll use a powder. And sometimes if I'm working on drier skin, I'll use a cream. Or sometimes I'll use both. It depends on what kind of makeup I'm doing.
Do you find the same shade if it's both, like powder and liquid? Would it be the same shade?
No, it's usually not. Usually like every brand has like different names for the shades. You just try to get the closest match for like your eye, like what you're like comfortable using. Like what kind of makeup, like what brand do you usually like to use? Like I use a lot of Pac McGrath because that's what I work for. But I have other brands that I use that are good as well. And you know, she could get a little pricey, but it's easy.
Yeah, Mars,
Mars is good. That's like your foundation is.
My foundation is NARS and Too Faced.
Okay, so you like the original NARS or the soft and matte? That's what I've been into. That's what I've been using too, the soft matte one.
Okay, so wait, I've been using it unless we have the original, because mine is the square.
Oh, so that's like the original one.
Okay.
Like glass.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
That's more of like a skin light finish.
Yes.
It's not as matte.
Okay,
So you have to like set it more. This
yeah,
one's
you do
more
have to set it more.
like
Can I
comes
see that
on.
one? This is the new one.
Yeah, well, it's been out for like a year, but I think we were.
Summertime.
Right.
Like we tell you, like a lot of girls get greasy, so.
I'm having that shine on.
Right. Does the finishing powder really work?
I always use finishing powder. I have to use a powder. I love to use it for like using powders is like using top coat on nail polish. Like you know, when you finish, you use that last little finishing touch. That's the same way. It's not gonna make it kind of get all over the place. It's like a foam. And the set. Usually liquid makeups aren't self-setting. So you can use something to kind of set it. I'm gonna use Pac McGrath powder to kind of contour you right now. It's a softer contour and it'll like warm you up.
Now when they used to say like you would have to look at your veins to see the color.
Oh, I don't know. I'm colorblind.
Okay, I don't understand.
That's
That's why I wanted to ask you.
I am not that, and it's like weird because my makeup artist I'm colorblind, but usually I look at the people's chest because most people are a different color, especially like us when we're in black or that. We have more our body one tone and our face be another, and sometimes the neck. So you want to match this because this is primarily the real color, and sometimes the girls wearing an open neck shirt and they take a picture of their face looking like one color, and then their chest is a whole other. You don't want that. Just makeup is never going to be 100% either. If you have a lot of body open, most of the time when you see these women on their carpets and stuff, they're bringing the makeup down the neck, putting foundation on the legs, like everything. It's not just, you're not just putting makeup on your face, you're literally putting it everywhere so that they look perfect. Real women have little bit, you know, real stuff. Like you can have a little scar or something, so that's how you cover it up.
So when they're wearing something like an outfit that's light colored, you guys are putting the foundation.
You have to put a foundation that's for the body.
Okay.
And we usually be self-setting. You set it with powder, and then you can even spray like a little bit of hairspray over it. Got to be or something. And you have to do it from very far because it can also add like a shine on the skin, and that'll help with the transferring. But now there's a lot of like sprays for the actual body that you can use, like for self-setting makeup. Like Ben 9 has a really good stage one that's called Final Seal. And it's kind of like minty. It even kind of looks like Listerine. It's weird, but it's really good. Once you spray it, you feel the skin tight and like that stuff is not going anywhere. It's for stage makeup. Anything else?
Do you have anything here? Because I'm just, I don't know.
I'm just listening.
If you want, I could do the contouring now. I can start doing the contouring. I can like show your brows. Because I feel like I can do it. Pretty good.
See anything about the nose contouring?
Yeah, I can do the nose contouring also. Another thing is when I do nose contouring, I like to do it more natural because that's a lot of stuff that people don't realize looks nice on Instagram or in pictures. When you're sitting in front of someone, you got two dark stripes going down the middle of your nose with an old line. It doesn't look very natural. It looks a little wild. So if you're gonna do that, you have to be subtle so that it can look normal face to face. Now, if you wanna go heavier, that's fine for pictures, all of that, because with all the lighting, it's gonna like
So
drop.
what if you blend them? You can't blend those lines.
You can always, yeah, you can blend them, but there's only but so much you can blend with it. You know what I mean? It depends on how soft you do it, especially if it's for more of a face to face type thing. You wanna be careful with that. A lot of girls look wild with that too. They have that 3 lines coming out of their nose, and everybody knows exactly what it is. You know what I mean?
Right.
And also where you place those 2 lines, you can actually make your nose look wider. If you place it 2 on the side, people think that it's just about going on each side of your nose with something brown and then something light or gold in the middle. No, you have to actually, if someone has a fatter bridge, you want to take those 2 brown lines and you want to put them on top of the bridge. Because that's how you're making it smaller. If you put it on the sides of the nose that's already wide, all you're doing is emphasizing what's already there. So it also has to do with like placement. You got it.
Sorry.
Yes, ma'am.
When and where do you do the dewy versus the natural?
It all depends on the skin.
Okay.
And also, if you have more of an oily skin, you want it to look more dewy than actually be dewy, because then it's gonna get too greasy as the day goes on. So you just want to add dew in certain spots that are more like highlight-ish areas, the top of the cheekbone, the underneath the brow bone, like stuff like that. You can even do a little bit right here to add some dew. Right now, I'm just looking for a Graph concealer that I'm going to use to cut the bottom of your eyebrow with, and then I'm going to tell you what shade it is that I'm using.
Now, I do not know anything about brows. I am terrible.
Oh, I love brows. I used to be horrible at
I'm so glad that
And
you do.
I used to be bad at brows, and I used to hate it, and I used to like make me sweat and really like bug out. Because I started at a small shop on the app for Honey Cosmetics, and they also have one on Livingston Street in Brooklyn. I worked there too, and I used to do brows and lashes there, and that's where I really got like good, because you're seeing all types of crazy brows and lashes.
Yeah, see, I'm not going to, I just leave them because I'm just like, but I would love to be able to do something. All right, so, I don't know, totally old school stuff, but what is can you tell us about the Imodium on the face? I don't know if the.
Oh, no, not Imodium. No, it's not Imodium.
What is it?
The blue bottle that's with the white stuff on the inside of your stomach.
Yes.
It's not Imodium. It's something else. I don't know what it's called. I forget the name. Milk and magnesia.
Thank you. The milk and magnesia. Why are they not supposed to use that? Because
I don't really know. I know it's not made for the face. I know tons of people use it underneath their makeup if they have very dry skin. I don't really recommend it because I know that it's not made for the skin, and there's so many mattifying primers that you can use out there. That's just a cheap fix because it's a lot in the bottle. You can get it and use it on different people, but you never know. Like, I don't do it because what if somebody has a breakout or something? I don't want to be responsible for any of that. So, but if it works for you, it's fine because tons of people.
what's a good mattifying one?
Mattifying primers. I used to use this Becca one that I love, but I don't feel like they sell it anymore. Right now, a good Patrick Starr has good mattifying primer. He has an amazing face spray that's called Secure, I think it's Secure the Blur. And it's really, really good. And it works really good at setting your makeup and keeping it. Also, a little trick is if you don't have, and after you moisturize your face, if you take a very little bit of setting powder and put it in the middle of your face, and then you do your foundation, it helps keep it on as well, a little bit. Not like a lot of powder, just like a little bit and spread it there, because what happens is by the time you get oily, the oil hits the powder before it gets to the foundation, so it helps that.
So do that first. Okay.
So right now, I'm just going to comb your eyebrow up, which you already have a good shape. So
Oh, yeah, close up.
this is my concealer. Let me get my brushes. Sorry.
Can you tell us what brush you're using?
I just like to get a small, either angle brush, or I'll show you in a second.
You must be ready.
It's a large collection of brushes.
Yeah, these ones.
You do that.
I know.
So
I just
I'm
get
just
them
gonna take a
threaded.
small,
See?
so like this
Everything-
kind of
But I don't know how
flat.
to, I don't know
I'm
how
gonna
to shade them
use
in. I want to.
light to medium grab. Concealer.
I like to.
I'm gonna look for whatever I have available. I'm using a brown. I'll take a brown light. So I mean brown pencil. Sorry. I'm just gonna. That's the sanitizer.
Oh, is that the hand sanitizer?
Mhm.
Oh, wow.
So do you always use a pencil or do you use
It depends on the brown.
Okay.
So I usually like pencils because you can get little here like strokes. Sometimes I use powder if I'm dealing with an older gal because it comes more of like grayish kind of tones,
Right.
so it looks more natural. Sometimes I'm working on women of a certain age. If you use a brow that's too stark, it makes them look scary.
Yeah.
And then the front of the brow, I'm just going up.
And go make it with something like.
So I was at a cosplay yesterday, and I want to know where would be a good place to get like the body makeup that they use.
You don't have to buy. Fenty sells body makeup, but you don't have to buy body makeup. You could just use regular makeup and just make sure it's something that's gonna set into a matte
Okay.
finish, so that way it's not transferable, not too creamy.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
So when they use the ones to do the cosplay, like the avatars, and you think.
Oh, that's totally different.
Right.
That's like stage
Yeah.
grease paint.
Yeah.
That's like you could buy the Alcone like specialty stores.
Yeah, that's what I would need to like. What specialties?
There's one called Alcone in the city, and there's another one I think it's called Abracadabra.
Okay.
So I'm just cutting the bottom of the brow to sharpen it, and I'm using a very light color first so I can see what shape I want. Sorry.
I'm loving it already.
So I do it like that first, just to see I can see what shape I want. Then I go back
You don't receive a transformation already.
Yes,
Right. Look at
with a
this.
blending brush, which is more like fluffy, and I'll go into a color that's closer to your skin tone. And that's right there. Put my brush in there. Pull this one. And start in the front of the brow. And blend it out. And up.
Damn, that looks clean.
So it kind of gives it like,
And it does look like natural.
just fluff it up in the front because you don't want a boxy eyebrow.
I'm sorry, I'm cutting into you, Kia.
You define a boxy eyebrow.
Something that's too dark in the front.
Okay.
It gives hardness to the face. We want something soft, so it looks realer. See, like that. Then I'm just gonna go into some powder. I'm gonna use shade 4 at Pat McGrath as well. It's a brown shade. And I just wanna deepen the front even more, because if you keep it too white, it looks weird in the front. It looks better if you keep most of the highlighted color back here. And this is actually helping with the contouring as well. I'm bringing a tiny bit down the nose.
Okay.
How did you practice?
Oh, I've been doing this forever.
But when you
For like 14.
started,
I started when I was like 15.
right, when you started, how did you start?
On all the
practicing?
girls in my family. Like,
Okay.
you know, for events, a lot of the women in my family were very good at wearing makeup. So my mom was always into makeup. I used to steal her things.
I was about to say, was it one specific person that showed
My
you
mom,
did it up
a lot of the stuff, my mom. I have my aunt Liz, who's amazing at eyeliner. I used to take tricks from her. And now I'm just gonna take a color. This is like a cheap one too. You could buy this at any beauty supply store. And I'm going to cut the top. It's a little bit hard because the hat thing.
Oh, you are?
Yeah, your hair looks pretty. Show your face. Okay. Now, just to, like, this is more of natural, but if you really want to sharpen it, I'm gonna go on top. Sorry, my hand.
No, go ahead, man.
I know it's hard. So like. Then I take that same brush that I had that I put down that I don't remember. But here, take that same fluffy brush with the darker powder that was on it, and I'm just gonna run that on top of the brow.
Definitely see the difference, yeah.
And just,
Alright.
and that gives it more of a clean, sharp,
So cool.
highlighted effect.
Yes.
And then I like to go back with my spoolie and just brush everything up so that it really looks clean. Open, and then bam, you ground. And then, like, just going back to the contouring thing, this is just a darker face powder.
Okay.
I'm gonna dip my brush into there, and you could actually start your contouring with the eyes as well as not only the face. And I'm gonna go right into the socket. And I love to use bronzer or face powder in the eye crease because it looks very natural. It looks like a natural shadow. And I'm in, and also a trick that people are doing now too is do it a little higher. When you do it lower, it kind of lowers the face. If you bring it up higher, it gives that snatched look that everybody likes now.
Okay.
So you keep the color a little farther back, a little higher, and it's going to be more up to date than if you kept the contour lower.
The different shades of brown and the different color of blushes, the coral, the powder, the dark, which one?
For me, I like to use everything on lighter colors. On lighter girls, I like to stick more with a peachier color. I love the way peach looks. When it comes from like golden to deeper complexions, I like to go more orange. So on you, an orange blush would look beautiful because she already has so much of that gold in behind her skin color that once you play up that orange, it's gonna warm her up. It's gonna look gorgeous. So a nice deep orange will look really, really good. A pink on you is more, to me, is more aging. Just like it's like those pinks and those more roses.
Yeah, okay.
It starts usually when people with deeper skin, they want to get like a blush. Sometimes that's it can be a little aging. It can be beautiful, but it's heavy. You stick with like a orange or blush or something reddish in it, it feels beautiful for the skin.
So maybe in the future we can have you back,
Yes, I would love to come back. You guys are amazing. Thank you for having me.
and I'll have like 15 women waiting in line.
Of course, no pressure. No pressure.
Get you right off of a flight.
Yeah, oh God.
I'm joking, but yeah. Thank you again for coming out, John, again, man. I appreciate it,
Of
man.
course. Now I got lucky Matthias.
Yeah.
Just let me know. I'm just gonna stuff away so I don't forget nothing. That was like an hour.
I was about to say, you gonna pause it or what?
Yeah.
Keep us chatting on the.
Of course.
You're gonna do a video shoot though.
He just
It's really nice.
You could do one back here and then one right.
Yeah, I'm gonna do one with y'all as well.
Okay.
All right.
You do a great job. You do a great job.
Thank you.
What about me?
You guys,
Yeah, she did a
I don't
great
know, I
job.
haven't seen you
filmed.
do it yet, so I don't know if you did a great job.
What the?
That is a great job.
You like it? You love it?